What's up guys, Wallen Customs here, and today we are taking a look at the oversized Siege Megatron figure right here. It is named BPF Overlord, and here's the packaging. I did an unboxing of this the other day, and it has great packaging on it. To be honest, looks pretty good. Here's a side view of this box. Here's the back. Fight again. Looks pretty cool. Let's open them up. Right now I have them side by side with the Voyager class Siege Megatron for comparison. We'll do more comparisons later, but just taking a look at them side by side right now. You can see he basically is just a oversized version of this. Not too big, but definitely is a nice upscale version of this one right here. Now, aside from the height difference and size difference, the color scheme is a little bit different. This one's a little bit of a, I'm not gonna say darker gray, but gray, and this is a lighter gray, more on the lighter side, that is. He also does not have the Decepticon logo on the front. I'm assuming from copyright issues, of course. More importantly, though, which I like a lot, is that he does not have all that weather damage, dirt, paint all over his body, which this one has. So he's really clean, looks nice, and I like it a lot. Another big difference between these two is that die-cast metal on this one right here. The crotch area, this whole black piece is die-cast metal, along as the feet. Do I need it? Do you want it? You know, it's really up to you. It's cool to have, but there is some drawbacks to it. He's a little bit heavier, so he might be a little top-heavy. When I first opened this up, he was a little bit top-heavy. Also, his knees were a little bit loose. I did a video on that, how I tightened them up. Not a big deal, not a big problem, but just something to notice and point out. Now quickly for size comparisons, just in time for the Netflix Transformers series, here is the Siege Optimus Prime right here. And you know, they're about the same size, give or take. He has a bigger body, this one, but his head height is a little bit shorter. I personally love it when the main villain is bigger than the hero. That's just me, but going out throughout history, looking at other series like Beast Wars, other Transformer series, Megatron always seems to be a little bit bigger, which I like right here. Now for another size comparison, here is the Earthrise Optimus Prime, which is arguably one of the best Voyager class Optimuses we ever had. Here he is stacking up. Like I said, they look fine together. I just personally like to have a bigger Megatron, especially because he's a tank. Remember, he's a humongous tank. Should be a big guy as well. And I personally like the uphill battle where the hero has to face the big villain. And I think that looks a lot more interesting in my opinion. Now next up right here we have the MP10V, which is a knockoff of the MP10. But I like it because it's probably one of the best looking Optimus Primes ever. But he's not as big as the MP, which I don't really collect. I like the size. I think he matches pretty well with this one. If you guys didn't like this size difference right here, I think this is a lot better right there. And I actually like this look. I like Megatron as a tank. I know G1 wise, he's pretty cool as a gun, but it's not realistic. Him being a tank is a lot more interesting in my opinion, but they're able to keep the look of the G1 Megatron, just incorporate, you know, the tank treads in the back, the backpack. Everything else looks exactly G1 looking. Next up, we have some Decepticons from different waves, but one of my favorites at least. So we have Starscream, Shockwave, Small Soundwave right there. I just like this look of having the main leader being visually humongous compared to the rest. You know, he needs that dominance, that alpha male stance, the alpha male look. He's overpowering all of them. Everyone looks up to him. I think this looks a lot better. Because if you have, like, take him out and you put him in right there, you know, they all stand either height the same or he's smaller. You know, you need Megatron to be this intimidating sight that they all fear. Alright, so here they are side-by-side tank modes. I think they look fantastic. It literally is the same exact transformation, no difference. The only difference is just the size of him, and he looks pretty good. I like the way he looks. To be honest, I like it a lot better because, like I said before in my other videos, I collect the little Halo Mega Block figures, and I think honestly he matches a lot better with this one right here compared to this one. You know, if you were to have a size and scale, they look a lot better right there. And visually, as a size comparison, here is a Voyager class Optimus transformed into his truck. As you can see, the size difference right here. I still think a bigger tank is a lot better in my opinion. I just think it looks a lot better like that. Alright, so quickly going to articulation right now. It's pretty much the same like I said before, but however, his ball joint on his neck could be a little bit better in my opinion. The original one, right here, you can see this, had a little bit of a flap, which this one does not have, but even though it might look ugly, it did help the articulation a little bit. This one, on the other hand, is permanently kind of curved down right there, so his head does go up, but not as well as this one could. So that's something to point out. Not a horrible thing, but this is something I noticed overall. But you do have it to be able to swivel left and right, kind of pivot a little bit, so it's not that horrible right there. Going to the shoulders, hinge shoulders that rotate all around, so no problems there. They go up and down. That's very nice. At the elbow right here, it does go up 90 degrees, which is nice, and also goes left and right in place of a bicep swivel. At the wrist right here, he has a hinge, so you can bring it in a little bit to get a nice angle like that, but it does not have a swivel. At the waist right here, he does have a waist swivel, which is pretty nice. The lower legs right here, his T-jointed hips, very nice. Go all the way up, go all the way back, no problems there. Split-wise, no problems. He also does have a thigh swivel right here. He also has a hinge that goes in due to the transformation, which is not that bad. Knee, 90 degrees, very nice. At the ankle right here, he does have a pivot. You kind of have to push this part in to get it going, which is not a big deal, but he does have it. And at the foot right here, he doesn't have anything on the toes, but on the back, he does have a flip right here. And that actually does come in handy for articulating him to lean forward and stuff like that. So that's a nice touch, just like the original one. He is a fantastic looking figure. I myself was looking really forward to him because I like having a bigger Megatron, and he's only 30 bucks. 30 bucks. Basically the same price as this thing right there. And the quality is fantastic. The joints feel good. Some might be a little bit loose, but you can fix it up, not a big deal. Everything else is just really nice. Alright guys, so that basically is it. I just want to do a quick video on this guy because I like him a lot, and ever since the Netflix series came out, I actually like the portrayal of Megatron on that. I know some people aren't that keen to it because not G1 like, but I think he has a lot more character development, if anything, compared to the other one, and I think it's nice. So with that being said, I needed a nice big intimidating Megatron for my collection, and while I like this one, he just doesn't cut it for me, honestly. I think the size with the original Optimus right here is just a little bit too small for my liking, so having this one, massive, intimidating, awesome, I like this guy a lot. So that's about it guys, thank you for watching, I hope it was fun and informative, and like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!